Right, hello everyone and welcome to Let's Play Cyadonia. My name's James. I created Cyadonia. It's been a lifelong, almost a lifelong project that I've been working on starting in 1991 it was. I wrote it on the Amiga and then I wrote it for the web in Flash, which became the Cyadonia website. Flash is going to be made redundant fairly soon, 2020 I think. Flash will be no more, so those games that I built won't be playable unfortunately, but then I remade the game on the App Game Kit, which is a fantastic piece of software that allowed me to release the game on Android mobiles on the Google Play Store, and now I've just released it on Steam, which is very exciting. Just released yesterday on Steam. So what I thought I'd do today is play through some of the game, play some of the nice easy tutorial levels because I haven't played them for a while, and just see how I get on, and I'll talk through some of the designs and how I put them together if I can remember. So let's get stuck in. So first of all, let's just explain, each of these packs here is a pack of 50 levels. They get harder as they get towards the bottom. They're all unlocked. I decided I didn't want to make like an artificial progression where you have to unlock levels, so everything is available to play. So let's start at the top and start at the first one. Let's see how we get on. So the gameplay is quite simple. You use the cursor keys, or you can use the WASD keys. I assume it's called WASD. Is it WASD? That's what I call it. And you have to move the Cyad to the exit. As you see in the bottom left hand corner, you can see the animation there. You can only move in straight lines, and you move all the way. You can't turn a corner mid-move. So I can move down, I can move up, but I can't turn in between. So the first level is quite simple. As you can see, I just need to go down and to the right. The idea of this first level was to make a level that was just impossible to fail, and just simply two moves get you to the exit. Okay, now I only got 1 star here because I moved up and down while I was talking. You see up in the top left hand corner, this level can be done in 2 moves, and if you do it in 2 moves you win the 3 stars. So I'll just do it in 2 moves now. And now I have the extra 2 stars. You earn stars to unlock bonus levels, which we'll come to later on. So this second level, a little bit more involved, still not too complicated. The idea again here was a level that you couldn't possibly fail. You can't make a mistake on this level. So I can just do this. There we go. Okay, so we're getting a little bit more advanced now. Let's just do this one. So this is where you come in from the top, like that. Okay, now this level's a bit of a funny one because there's literally no options other than to go the direction. It looks complicated, it looks a bit more complicated, but you literally can't go in any other direction. See, I can't go anywhere other than back the way I came, which is pointless, or just keep going round. There we go. 3 stars. So I've got 12 stars in total so far. Okay, so here's the first new element, which is diamonds that you need to collect. You can see the exit down the bottom right, it's locked up. So you just need to collect the diamonds to unlock the exit. Again, this is a level that you can't really fail. There we go, that unlocks the exit. And I'm in. So this, oh, that's my phone. This first pack tutorial is all about teaching you the elements in the game. Just introducing the elements one by one. So now we expand on the idea of diamonds, and we have rubies and emeralds as well, and you can see how they correspond to the blocks at the top there. This is to show you that different gems will do different things. So that's the green, the emeralds, and then the diamonds. And now I can access the exit. So far so good. Not failed drastically yet. I'm sure it's coming. Okay, so another one, and now we put sapphires into the mix as well. So there's 4 different types of diamond. I tend to use these 4 colours, 4 simple colours: blue, yellow, green and red. The other thing I did was, I've got a partner who's colourblind, made me very aware of the issues around not being able to differentiate between different things. So that's why the wall blocks that are being removed also have the gem symbols on there, because shape is the only other way really that you can differentiate between objects in a game if people can't see the colours. It's something that not every game maker really thinks about keeping these things simple for colourblind people, make it playable. Okay, so here we have two doors, a sapphire and a ruby door. Sapphire's rubies on this side, but you can see that they're kind of the opposite of where the rubies and the sapphires are. So I collect those, and that unlocks that. Now I've cocked up already, because, wow, I haven't cocked up, but I'm going to do too many moves here. Let's retry that. So you see I've run out of moves at the top left there. I can still complete the level, but it just means I just won't get 3 stars. And I want 3 stars. So let's do it this way round. There we go. 1, 0, there we go. I had to work out the optimum number of moves by hand. I had some playtesters helping me play through, and sometimes I would think I'd solved a level the best way and then they found a better way. Some of the harder levels, it's almost impossible to be sure that you've got the optimum number of moves, so it's quite possible that you'd be able to solve it in less moves rather than I thought you would, but it's very difficult. So these are mines. This is the first time you meet something that will actually kill you. I'll just demonstrate. If I come down here and go left, I failed. There is an undo option. If I take the undo option, it'll take you back to there, but you can see the top left, the moves have now been invalidated, so you can't win any stars if you undo from that position. So I'm going to replay. This is still quite a simple level. Obviously you can see if I go down and to the right, I'm going to fail. If I go right and down, and then I can go right and up. 27 stars. Okay. Right, so now we start to mix the elements together. So this time we've got diamonds and mines together. Still fairly simple though. Obviously I can only go up here. I don't want to go left, obviously. So I'm going to go right. Down would take me to a mine, so I'm going to go up and right. The diamonds actually lead the way around. That unlocks. And out we go. Okay, so now we're getting a little bit more cryptic. I guess the tendency here, what I did here was make it so that your tendency would be to want to go down and right and then down again, but obviously that's going to fail. I keep saying obviously, I must find a different word. I'll stop saying obviously. So let's go right instead, and down, and then down, and obviously I can't I can't go left and obviously again. I need an obviously jar. I need to put a pound in every time I say the word obviously. It's not obvious. Okay, next. Right, now, okay, this isn't obvious. So here, what I was playing with here was your tendency to want to just get the thing that's nearest to you, and if I go left, I'm going to collect the gems, but I'm going to hit the mine. So let's go down. And I can see the exit on the right there is lined up with the bottom sapphire on the left. So I'm going to leave that till last and collect those. And now I can use this block at the top right again to come across. And that's the right number of moves. And I'm in. Okay. So the next new element is arrows. They're not fairly obvious. No, I guess they are fairly obvious. They just push you in the direction that the arrow goes. So if I go up, which I can only do, again, these tutorial levels, again, were just really about showing you how the elements work. They weren't so much about creating puzzles, although there are some puzzles later on. So here I can't go any way other than up. So it forces you into the arrow, and you can see how that works. And I have to go left now. And now I'm in line for the exit. Right, diagonal arrows now, and here we're going to collect some emeralds. Emeralds. Can't say emeralds. So I'm going to go right there, collect those. I find this quite a satisfying movement. This side isn't quite as satisfying because you have to do it in 2 movements. You can see how with the diagonal arrows, you see how I hit that block kind of on a diagonal. That becomes the basis of some puzzles later on. 42 stars. I think at 50 stars, or maybe at 75, it unlocks a bonus level. Right, this one needs a little bit of planning. So the options are to go up or down. The arrows force you round, but you can see that there's a mine. If I go up, the mine's going to get me, so I'm going to go down. And then the mine is at the bottom here, so I'm going to go up. And then again, it's at the top, so I'm going to go down. So just down, up, and down. Right. So I think this is probably the first sort of more intricate one. It's not one, again, that you can fail, but to do it in the right number of moves is a little more challenging. You see the 3 columns of diamonds there with the 3 arrows at the top pointing down, so I have to use those arrows to get to the diamonds. I'm going to go for the one at the end first, and that's going to push me round. And now I think I can go for let's go for the middle one. So that block at the top there is going to help me access the middle one if I just come around. And then finally, the top one, I need to get up to the top there and get those. The arrow on the right has turned into an up arrow, so now I can just come around. 3, 2, 1, moves, 0 moves, there we go. Of course, you don't have to chase the stars. You can just complete the levels. I think it can be quite good just to, sometimes it's just a achievement just to complete the level, even if you have no stars. And you can always, if you want to, for like completists who like to get everything, you can always come back and then try to get all the stars later on. So bounce backs, these just push you back in the same direction. I got the sound off of a website. It's actually I think it's a ruler being twanged. Seemed to be appropriate. So I should talk a little bit about the different elements and how useful they are in puzzles, because one thing about the bounce backs is okay, before I carry on, 51 stars. I've breached the 50 star barrier, so now I've got a bonus level, and this unlocks down the bottom. I had to be careful when designing this to make sure that the bonus level didn't have any extra game elements in it. So now it's unlocked. Why don't we go ahead and play that? So this is a bit more advanced, as you can see, but it's only got the elements that we've used so far. It's got gems, mines, and arrows. This first move, I don't want to go down, so I'm going to go left. I don't want to go right, so I have to go up. Back to the right is useless, so I'm going to go left and down, and now I'm going to go up. That opens up the room. So now I'm going to just get myself out. Now, I want to get into this room where all these rubies are, but it won't let me go this way. So it's a little bit counterintuitive. You have to go back the way you came. That's how you get in there. Again, I don't want to go left. A lot of these early levels, if you just stop and really think about what you're doing, there's often really only one way you can go. Like here, I could go down, but I'm going to go and get that one as I go out of the room anyway, so that will probably cost me more moves. So let's do it this way. Oh, actually, no, I have to now go up. Oh, I wonder if I've spent too many moves. Let's have a look. So now I have to go all the way around again. 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, okay, I didn't do that quite right. 2 stars is not bad. Let's just have another quick re-go of that. So I think I messed up in that room. Perhaps I should have gone and actually got that first, maybe? Is that any better? No, it's not. What am I doing wrong? Okay, if I can't do it, I'm not going to spend all day. I'll leave it if I can't. And this is one of the things I should tell you, actually, that I'm not actually... You'd think I'd be able to play all these levels just straight off, but I can't. One of the nice things about Cyadonia... There we go. One of the nice things about Cyadonia is it's quite replayable, because even if you've solved a puzzle, it's you forget, because there's so many moves involved. It's very easy just to forget how you solved it, particularly the more complicated ones. So you can come back to it, and replay the levels and enjoy the challenge all over again. I built a feature into this. You can see here it tells you how many stars you won, so we've got 3 on every level we played so far. You can click on the percentage up here and it will take you automatically to the next level you haven't played. So here we are, we've got these bounce backs again. So if I go right, if I do it, that's going to throw me into the mine. So right's no good, so let's go up, and as I was saying here, you've only got one way you can go. So once you've kind of worked out the basic principle, you just follow the route. At this point, although you've gone this way, we have to now go back. There we go, and that's cleared the way through. So what I was saying earlier, what I was going to say was about game features and how useful they are at creating levels. Bounce backs were one of the elements that never really, they were never really that useful for making puzzles. I had to really try and force bounce backs into the game. I could have dropped them, I think, but I thought, well, they might be useful from time to time, but they were never like a natural element for the puzzles. Often they're used for this kind of thing, where you see the number of bounce backs is equal on each side, and you have to decide which way you're going to go. If I go right first, well, I'll show you, that's going to clear the right side more quickly and throw me into the mine. So let's do the opposite and go left, and likewise up here I'm going to go right, and now we're out. Later on we'll come to some elements that were really good for making puzzles, and I'll explain why. Okay, this often the bounce backs and the arrows, they were sort of used more for sort of fun levels where the side will just go flying off and doing its own thing. Like here, I just push down. There we go, collect those diamonds. Open up those. Now here was something was quite interesting. What I was saying about having playtesters. When I solved this the first time, my reaction was to go right here and then down into the exit. But then someone played it and showed me the much more obvious thing of just going up and going through. So even if, as the designer of the game, I would still miss things. Obviously, because there were so many. Obviously, right. Pound in the jar. Right, dissolvers. These are just wall blocks that disappear when you hit them. Just like that. You've got to be careful not to go into the hole that they leave behind, because then you'll be trapped. You won't be able to turn down into that corner. There we go. And then in. Okay. Right, similar idea here. I just need to go through and collect the diamond. The reason I made this level was because on the mobile version I had a feature, but because on the mobile you swipe the screen to move the cyad, it could be a little bit imprecise sometimes, and that's why I built the undo feature in as well, like that. I need to replay that now, so that costs you moves when you undo, so I'll do it again. But the reason I made this level was because the swiping is a bit imprecise on the mobile version. I built in a feature where if you tap the screen you move in the same direction that you just moved. So this was to show you that you could just move once into the dissolvers and then tap on the screen and move all the way around. And finally some arrows throw you into the exit. Right, it's going fairly well so far. Okay, so this one is just a straightforward clockwise movement. It looks a bit complicated. You can see if I went, the options here obviously are another pound. Is to go up, or you go to the right and round to the top. 1, 2, 3. That would cost me 3 moves to get round to the top. If I just do that, I'll show you. But that's useless. Now I can't do anything. Completely stuck. So we go up, and at this point, what else can you do? You have to go right. Really, you have to go down, because you don't want to go back and touch the outer wall, because then you're stuck again. So a lot of these puzzles, it's about, some of them are really just about experimentation. Sometimes you have to just get in there and play them and see what happens and then learn from your mistakes. Other times you can look at a level and you can, if you're clever enough, you can piece your way through in your mind before you actually do it. But most of the time you just have to experiment. So here, the exit at the top. Now I've got to think about how I'm going to get to the exit at the top, because there's only 2 dissolvers that can allow me to do that. There's the one at the top, just to the left of it, and there's the one at the bottom on the right. They're both in line with the exit. So I'm going to have to leave one of those so that I can exit. So let's just try. I do know the answer to this, but I'm just going to show you how you can learn. So let's try this first, and I'm going to leave this one here on the right. Now I can get those. But now here's the problem, you see. I can't get that line there and now get to the exit. I can't get there. So that was wrong. So let's try the other way, and let's leave the top one. That looks a lot better. There we go. So sometimes you just have to get in there and try and experiment and say learn from your mistakes. Okay, glue patches. There are blue and purple glue patches, different shapes again, because the colours could be difficult to see for people with colourblind problems, colour blindness. So let's go up. So the blue ones disappear. They stop you moving and you can move again. The blue ones disappear, but the purple ones, excuse me, the purple ones stay there. So this will allow me to get those sapphires at the top and unlock the exit. 78 stars. Been quite well so far, quite pleased. Okay, this is quite a simple one. So we just use the permanent glue patches to get the emeralds, green gems perhaps I'll call them, because I can't say emeralds properly. I have a problem with my R's. I think my lips are too fat. Okay, now, okay, a bit of a mix of minds and things. So I was trying to build up the level designs here and start to add more and more combinations of the elements together, because this is really building you up for the bigger puzzles where it pretty much throws everything at you. So I could go around the outside here to the right and down, but that's going to cost me moves, and I can obviously about £3. So let's go round, and these glue patches help you avoid the mines. The arrows throw you back. I can only collect those from there, and now down to here. 3 moves left. So let's get out of those, get off the glue, and now I'm down. Right, okay, so the puzzleness, the puzzle difficulty is starting to up a little bit now. Got 4 rows of sapphires, glue patches all over the place. I just know how to do this one, so I'm just going to do it. There we go. That door unlocks as you fly towards it. You get the last sapphires, blue gems, and it opens up the exit. Oh, one-way walls. Okay, I love one-way walls. They're great for puzzles. They're really great for puzzles. So with the one-way walls, you can go through them in the direction of the arrow, but any other direction they become walls. Such a simple element, but they can create some really devious puzzles. Like this one, for example. So the thing with one-way walls is to obviously bear in mind that you can't go back through them the other way. Quite often with the one-way walls in the puzzles, when you go through them the right way, you often have to go back into them. I do this quite a lot. Let's see if this puzzle is the same. Yeah, this is very much the same. So I'm after the diamonds here. And this is a level, there may be one before, but this is a level where the diamonds don't have a corresponding diamond wall. They don't. The gems don't always have those coloured wall blocks to remove. So here, these diamonds are going to remove that mine in the bottom right. So the gems can do anything. They can change anything. So as I was saying, a lot of the time when you go through the one-way wall, you just have to go back the way you came. That's usually what I tend to do. Permanent glue stops me there. Let's go for the bottom line now. And now I need to do the middle line, which is there. And now I'm thrown back up to the top, so I just have to get out. Obviously it turned mine into an arrow. A bit pointless really, but I quite like the idea of the arrow pointing at the exit. Right. Let's just see how we're doing actually. 64%. Okay. Right, a few more to go. Okay, so another mixture of elements. This level's a bit similar to the last one, really. So round we go. Had I gone right at the beginning, I would be trapped in that bottom corner there, because I couldn't go through the gem walls, and the arrow would stop me going back the way I came. Here, the bounce buck actually pushes you back against the one-way wall for you. And these ones stop you going back to the right. The one-way walls here stop you going back to the right, so that you can go down and get the gem, so you have to keep going round. There we go. And I'm out. 99 stars. Ooh, right, push blocks. So this was one of the elements. There's this and a related element we'll come to in a minute. Were very good for creating puzzles, because it really opened up the possibilities. In a way you're changing the level as you do it. You're moving the walls around. So you push these blocks all the way along until they hit a wall. They also help you not explode mines. That may be a bit unusual. I had to make sure I explained that here, but I did toy with the idea that the push blocks would blow the mines up, and then you'd like go through, you'd continue to move. But I thought it was a little bit confusing in a way, that you sort of would push it through the mine and could go flying through. It would all happen very quickly. And I liked the idea that you could use the push blocks to defend yourself from the mines in that way, so that's the way I went. I don't really quite know why the mine wouldn't explode when you pushed a push block into it, but that's just one of the rules of the game. There's a few other little bits like that where I had to sort of decide how I was going to do it, even if it didn't quite make sense from like a realistic point of view. Okay, 2 lines of emeralds, 2 push blocks. I can use those push blocks to line myself up. There and there, and now I can get out. By the way, of course I'm showing how these levels work, so I should have said this at the beginning really, this is a spoiler, rather a spoilerful video. Okay, so this one here, they've got 3 push blocks, and the exit is inaccessible at the moment, but to the top right there are 3 spaces there where these push blocks need to go, so that I can access the exit. And you see how that works. Got to be careful not to go left here. I don't know if that would actually, yeah, going left here would cause a problem, because I couldn't get behind that push block to push it over. There we go. Right, ploughing through these. Okay, diagonal arrows, push blocks and rubies. Let's just go ahead and push. You can see we actually push diagonally. Now that doesn't help me get the rubies, so let's push the other one. Okay, still doesn't really help, but let's do this. Now I can, but now how to get to the exit? I need to get on top of one of those push blocks. The left arrow is going to throw me into the space where that push block originally was, but the right arrow will take me out. Right, push stops. They are like push blocks, but you push them 1 square at a time. It's as simple as that. These were elements that were just fantastic for making puzzles. There were so many things I could do with these push stops. They were wonderful. I had to almost restrain myself from overusing them. But as a game element, they're fantastic. There's so many things you can do with them. So this one here, this is just an up and down one. Up, down, up. Very simple, kind of satisfying though. So again, these were really about showing you how the elements work. It wasn't so much focusing on the puzzles, although this is an interesting puzzle here. So the temptation is going to be to collect those green gems first as you come along, and then you think, okay, let's get the rubies as well. But now I can't get the diamonds. So what this is teaching you, as well as teaching you about the push stops, is to not always go for the most obvious thing. So let's get the rubies first, because I can still get the diamonds now. And I guess we have to go back. There we go. So part of making these puzzles is to sort of play with your expectations a bit and try to fool you into doing the wrong thing first. Okay, so now we have push stops and push blocks. The push block will stop when it hits the push stop, if that makes sense. So I can use those to get these diamonds, and now I need to push these push stops. There's far too much pushing in this game. Push these push stops out of the way. Second one there. Third one. There. Oh, I forgot about the one-way wall. Yes, one-way wall. I think originally there was a wall block there, but when you come out, at that point, all you can do is go left to the far end, then you're just stuck in that line. So I had to put a one-way wall in. When I'm designing these levels, I normally have a basic idea for what I want to do. So like if I just go back for a sec, like in this one, the idea of this one was mainly about pushing the push block with those push stops in the way, and then moving them out of the way, the push stops out of the way, so that you can move along. So I designed it all without that one-way wall in the top right, and then I found this problem that you got stuck. So often I design a level with my idea, then realise that it wasn't working for some reason, and then I had to sort of start tweaking the design and adding things in. Let's go to the next one. Right, so this set of levels now, let's just see where we are. 82%. So these last 8 levels, we've introduced all the items that we can, all the objects in this tutorial. So now this is really just 8 puzzles to work through that sort of throw all the different things at you. This one starts off with just the basic wall blocks. I can see that top block there will take me to the exit, so it's just a case of getting lined up with that. Oh, bonus level, 125. So it's 50 and 125. There we go. Now I might come back to this one later because it's probably the most advanced one in the game. You don't have to play the bonus level when it opens. So let's just carry on here. Oh, right. Okay, so this is a bit tricksy. So here I'm throwing 4 exits at you. Only one of which will unlock. So it's a bit of a guessing game, this one. Now I happen to know it's the bottom right one that's going to unlock. I want to make sure that I come down. I think I'm going to come down those 4 emeralds in the bottom right. I want to come down onto them and then go right and up and then down into the exit. So if I want to be going right into that whole area, let me just trace my way around with my finger. So I think I need to go up first. Once you've picked your route, you're pretty much stuck into that direction. There we go. One move. Got it. My memory is serving me well. Okay, so I'm using a similar ploy here as I did before. The temptation is going to be to just go right and get those diamonds, but that mine is going to destroy you. So let's go up and get out of the way, and now you see I can come from the other direction. However, I'm not going to do that yet because I could go left and up and get those diamonds, but I'm going to have to do that at the end anyway to get to the exit, which is there. So I'm probably going to waste moves if I go and do that first and then come back to it, because I'll do that at the end. So let's go this way. Now I can't go up, so let's get those that way. And now let's come around. 3, 2, 1, counting the moves. There we go. So that's quite a subtle one in terms of learning the moves. If I just show you, let's just do it this way. Had I done it that way, yeah, you see I'm already at 0 moves. 4, 3, 2. That's no good. Once you've earned the 3 stars, it will always stick with your best moves. So once you've your best playthrough. So once you've earned 3 stars, you've earned them. It won't undo them just because you play again and only earn 1 star. It doesn't remove stars from you. Oh, this is a bit of fun, this one. So lots of gems. On the right with the arrows, you'll see you're going to go flying around there, and it'll play a little tune as you go round. The 4 gem walls at the top there. I think there's pretty much only one way you can go. I can't go up because that's a dead end, you see. So let's go down. And there we are, I'm in line. Here we go. Oh, isn't that pretty? There we go. And I'm out. God, nearly there. Right. Okay, bounce backs. So if I go down, I'm going to be bounced back into that mine. So I need to work my way down to that bottom diagonal arrow, which looks like it's not going to do anything, but if you trace it through, you'll see it'll actually throw you through that little diagonal gap in the wall there on the right hand side, hopefully landing in the middle of those mines. So we just need to remove these bounce backs, clear them out of the way, like that, and now I can use that, whoa, up there. safely in the middle. And now how do we get to this diamond? Okay, like that. There we go. Diagonal arrows are quite tricksy because it's quite hard to see where they're going to take you. Okay, this one looks quite simple. It is quite simple in a way, but it's quite easy to get it wrong in terms of the number of moves. I think I can remember though. Let's go like that. And let's go all the way around. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. There we are. Some of these that say they're just about experimentation, you just have to keep trying. This one's a little bit tricksy as well, so let's go down first of all. So you've got various options here. You can see there's an outer line of diamonds that go all the way round. And let's just have a little think. So I want to preserve that bottom glue patch because that's the only way I'm going to get to the exit. So I don't really want to go down at this stage. I'll tell you what, let's get rid of those, and then I'm going to go round clockwise. There we go. One move left. There we go. Right. Okay, 2 rooms, one on the left, one on the right. Got some one-way walls, so can't go up or down here. I'm not going to say obviously. So up, and as I said earlier, often with the one-way walls, what you need to do is go through them and go back. Often the puzzles revolve around going back. This was also to show you that hitting the one-way walls on the side will also act like walls, so you can only pass through in the direction of the arrow. So here I can use the side of that. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh! God, 2 stars. Okay. That's no good. I want 3 stars. Oh! Let's come back. Oh, because I took it up the next level, of course. Right. I think that was something to do with how I solved this side. What did I do wrong? Let's have a look. Maybe that's quicker. 2, 1. Oh yes. Sometimes you can not earn the 3 stars and then play it again and get the 3 stars, but you can't actually quite see what it was you did differently. Oh, okay. So I've done that one already. So we've got the one left, which is this one. It's the last level of the tutorial because I need a break after this. So I'm going to just show you, because this looks quite complicated. I'm just going to show you. Sort of how you'd go about solving this. So let's just start off. So I can see that there are some diamonds, but they're covered in mines. There are gaps in the blue wall underneath them with all those dissolvers. The exit's at the far right, which I assume will unlock when I get all the diamonds. Got some one-way walls and arrows. The arrows are going to throw you back against those one-way walls. Now what's the push blocks for? Let's just try and get the diamonds first. So we can do that, and now I can go up. Right, I can't get the diamonds. So I think what I need to do is get those push blocks on the left hand side and push them into those gaps. So before I do that though, I've got to clear, I'll just show you this, I've got to clear away the dissolvers, because the push block, like not setting off the mines, push blocks also do not remove dissolvers, so I have to clear the way myself first of all. So let's clear to there. Let's go and grab a push block. Now I'm a bit suspicious as to why there's another dissolver at the top left there. Maybe that will come into it. In fact, it will come into it. And in fact, I'm going to show you. I'm actually going to fail this puzzle again. I'm going to show you. There's another little twist to this one. There we go. So now I can get those diamonds. I can come out. Let's clear the second one to there. Let's get the second push block. Now here I have to step down. There we go. Now you'll see that there's a problem. Right, the problem is I've got no way of pushing that push block over to the right now. I can't get behind it, I can't move it, I'm completely stuck. So, let's just do this again. So what you have to do, if I do this too fast I'm going to make a mistake, I know. Okay, was that? No. Okay. I'm going to take the middle one. Okay, right, because now, oh damn, I keep forgetting to do the dissolvers. I don't keep forgetting, I just forgot at that time. Right, middle one. This is the last level of the tutorial, so I think it's fair that it's a little bit more challenging now. I'm going to use that dissolver. Oh, I've done it again, haven't I? Right, I've got to remind myself to do these dissolvers. If I don't do them, then I can't push the push block in. And I meant to do the middle one. Right, okay, slow down, slow down. Right, okay. Middle one. Get the diamonds. Okay, right, clear the dissolvers. Okay, I need to not talk so much. I'm going to push this one to here. So, again, the push blocks stop the other push blocks. Anything in front of the push block will stop it. I should have chosen different words for these things. There we go. Now I can step down, get those, clear the dissolvers. Don't forget to do that. And now that's in the right position. Come on, 10 moves left, 9, 8, 7. Can I do it? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yes! Success! I've completed all the levels and won all the stars in the pack. Now the Cyad has changed colour. That's your reward. You get a different coloured Cyad. So if I go back to the first level, we've got a green Cyad now. By the way, if you're wondering why the word Cyad, it was when I first created the game back in 1991. I think Cyad was an acronym for Controllable Yellow Automated Device, which means nothing really apart from the controllable yellow, maybe device. I don't know. I was a bit mad when I was younger, and I just came up with the most random things. But then the name stuck, and then I added Onia on the end for the sequel to Cyad. Again, I don't quite know why, but then the name stuck ever since. So it doesn't really mean anything, but it's just the name. And there we go. So that's the first pack completed. Won all the stars. 100% of the levels solved, but that's only 11% of the whole game, and the puzzles get harder. So this is a long game. This has been years of my life developing these and coming up with these puzzles. I'm sure there's more puzzles I can make as well, but at the moment I'm quite spent on designing puzzles. But it's been fun to play this through, and I should do another video. I'll probably have a little break and work on the second pack, and we'll look through and see what happens, and we'll see how far I get. So thank you for coming with me, and I'll see you on the next video. Oh, bye.